Hello and welcome to Seoul, the capital of South Korea and one of the food capitals of the world. Today, we will be discovering Korean-style sweet and sour chicken and fried shrimp. In order to ensure that they have plenty of time to prepare all their delicious food, the vendor starts their day bright and early in the morning. When several large hot plates are being used, it is important to oil each one thoroughly before cooking. This is done to prevent food from sticking to the surface of the hot plate and to ensure that the food cooks evenly. A brush or a paper towel can also be used to apply the oil evenly across the surface of each hot plate. When preparing food using the deep fat frying method, large containers of oil are typically used to fill the fryer. Once the oil has reached the desired temperature, food is then submerged in the hot oil and cooked until it reaches a safe minimum internal temperature. The food is then removed from the fryer and allowed to cool before being served. When preparing chicken drumsticks using this method, the drumsticks are first coated in a mixture of flour and water. This mixture helps to create a crispy outer layer on the chicken when it's cooked. After the chicken drumsticks have been marinated in the flour and water mixture, breadcrumbs are typically added to the outside of the chicken. This helps to create an even crispier outer layer on the chicken when it is cooked. The breadcrumbs can be seasoned with a variety of herbs and spices to add additional flavor to the chicken. After that, they can be added to the boiling oil in the deep fat fryer. Once the chicken has been dipped in oil, it should be cooked until it reaches a safe minimum internal temperature. The same process is repeated with chicken wings. Now let's see how we prepare our shrimp. Add large shrimp to a bowl of flour and coat generously. Shake off any excess flour. You can also dip the coated shrimp into milk or egg, then dredge it in flour, mix with salt, pepper, and any additional spices you prefer, such as Cajun seasoning or Italian spices. If you prefer a lighter coating for the shrimp, skip the milk or egg and simply dredge the shrimp in seasoned flour. After coating the large shrimp with flour, you can add them to a deep fat fryer. Heat oil in the fryer or a large skillet over medium-high heat. Once the oil is hot, add the coated shrimp to the fryer or skillet. Fry the shrimp for about 5 to 6 minutes or until they are golden brown, crispy, and cooked through. Remove from the deep fat fryer and keep to one side. The vendor puts some pieces of chicken breast in a large metal container and adds some flour and water to create a batter. Then he mixes everything thoroughly until the chicken is well coated. The chicken is then added to deep fat fryers, piece by piece. The chicken is added to the deep fat fryer a second time to make sure it is extra crispy and delicious. And for the magic sauce, a spicy sweet and sour sauce is prepared. Chili peppers and other vegetables are likely prepared in a variety of ways, depending on the recipe and the cook's personal preferences. The mouth-watering fried chicken is added to the big bowl containing the delicious sauce that has a perfect balance of sweet and sour flavors and a touch of chili peppers for some heat. Woohoo! Look at that! I'm a fan. Various kinds of seeds, such as sesame, sunflower, or pumpkin seeds, can be added to the chicken to give it some extra crunch and flavor. Our fried delights are now ready to feed the happy customers of Korea. Following the fried food tour today, we will be making fried chicken and fried shrimp. To start with, the vendor adds oil to the deep fat fryer to ensure that the food is completely submerged in oil and cooked evenly. A flour mixture is prepared which will be used to coat the food before frying. This mixture is usually made up of flour, salt, and pepper. The flour helps to create a crispy coating on the food, while the salt and pepper add flavor. Once the food is coated in the flour mixture, it is ready to be fried. Fresh shrimp are used. When buying fresh shrimp, look for shrimp that has a mild smell and firm texture. Avoid shrimp that has a strong odor or slimy texture, as this may indicate that the shrimp is not fresh. The shrimp are coated in flour, then dipped into the flour mixture. They can be then added to the deep fat fryer until golden and crispy. They are removed and put to one side for later. Deep fat frying is a cooking method that involves submerging food in hot oil. This method is used to cook a variety of foods such as chicken, fish, potatoes, and donuts. To deep fry food, you need a deep, wide pot like a stock pot or a dedicated deep fryer. You should use enough oil to submerge the food you'll be frying, but leave at least 4 inches between the top of the oil and the lip of the pot to avoid spillovers and reduce splatters. Next up is the chicken breast. To prepare your meat for deep frying, you can coat it with a mixture of flour and oil, which will help to create a crispy and delicious outer layer when it is cooked in the deep fat fryer. Deep fried chicken has been around for centuries and is enjoyed by people all over the world. The Scottish were the first Europeans to deep fry their chicken in fat, while many West African people had traditions of seasoned fried chicken. Enslaved Africans popularized the dish following Scottish immigrants. Actually, the practice of deep frying food can be traced back to ancient Egypt. So, the next time you enjoy a crispy piece of fried chicken, remember that you're enjoying a dish with a rich and storied history. After preparing our chicken breast, we can move on to the next step, chicken drumsticks. We can repeat the process that we used to prepare the chicken breast. Chicken drumsticks are a classic favorite for many people. They're juicy, flavorful, and fun to eat. Whether you're grilling them up on the barbecue or baking them in the oven, chicken drumsticks are always a crowd pleaser. Once the vendor has finished preparing the chicken drumsticks, they can move on to the next step in the process by repeating the same steps that they use to prepare the drumsticks for the chicken wings. Chicken is a popular meat in Asia and is cooked in a myriad of ways: steaming, boiling, deep frying, and poaching. From China to India and Singapore to South Korea, the fowl is cooked in a variety of dishes, such as chicken rice, curries, biryanis, and flatbreads. Due to religious and cultural reasons, beef and pork are less common in South Asian cuisine. Chicken is also a staple of fast food in Asia. If you're looking to add some extra flavor to your fried chicken, you can try adding a sweet and sour sauce to give it a tangy kick. For an even more special touch, you can sprinkle some seeds on top of the chicken to add some extra texture and flavor. Well, that's all we have time for today. We hope you enjoyed our video and learned something new today. Are you hungry now? Because I know I am. We hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. And if you would like to watch more, please subscribe to the channel to be notified about when our next video is posted. Bon appetit!